Hey everybody, this is Coburn C Capshaw / at Mr. Smiles a Lot, and here's Brandon Kacar / at Aviator Expert 314, and we're doing another Let's Talk Media LLC video podcast. It's been a long time since I've posted online, well, unless you follow me on Instagram, my Facebook page, my business page, but my son recently got baptized. I got the security job in my CDS, and just good things are coming my way. So we're going to talk about that a little bit and just update on life. And anyway, man, how you been though? So besides like what's going on and everything?
Been pretty good. Been getting things on track with work and regular lifestyle. Got the kids back in school. That's a good thing. Let's see, with work-wise, getting a full staff under control, that's another good thing. So far, everything's been going pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
So tell us a little bit about the whole NLCDS thing that you're going after.
So I will be actually on staff with the security and actually with the school.
Oh,
So my hours will be 7 a.m. to 3:30 in the afternoon, and I would finally get weekends back to myself.
So when you say you're going to be on staff then with the school, so what do you mean by on staff?
So what I mean by is that I will be working directly as security for the school. So I will either have to go to county and transfer my license over from who I'm working with now, probably over to MICDS. So then my metropolitan security license will say MICDS security instead of law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? So
it's not a private contractor or some sort of law enforcement.
I'm working in
So this is more of an in-house security.
Yeah, I'm working.
I'm
working directly for the school. So I'm part of the staff. Yeah, that's why I'm getting all these benefits. But yeah, promising 401B. I can go to any cafeteria I want to. Paid vacations, paid maternity leave if my wife and I had another kid. I get like 5 free counseling sessions every year if I'm going through something, mentoring myself. Full access to all facilities. The longer I'm there, the more days I get, the more benefits and I get, so if I, the longer I'm there, I can take some amount of days off and it's still paid. Or I get
paid training or some sort of paid off days.
Yeah, PTO, actual PTO, actual vacation days, but actually getting paid to be on vacation with my family, so like I said, I get a whole sheet, but I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it'll take a while, but it's really good. Vision, dental, everything else, even if you have a dismemberment, let's say, I don't know, helping a kid in shop class and then the blade comes out and gets marred, there's an insurance for that or whatever, and they're serious, So just basically gotta pass background check, do fingerprints, so I think I'm good there on both ends on that.
So what about what about qualification-wise, licensing qualifications? Do they say what that's like? If I can carry any tools, defensive tools, handcuffs, anything like that? That's something to have there.
Might be able to do handcuffs, but if not, I can ask if I could at least keep hand ties, or zip ties in my pocket, just in case.
Right.
But no, I'm not allowed to. But because
it would be good to carry some sort of device.
From my training.
Right.
And that's the things that because of my training, I don't feel like I need to be armed. And no, it is not armed, and I'm not going to try to break the rules there. Sometimes, I'm thinking, should I maybe put my, that CO2 pistol that I have at least in my glove box of my car, so in case anything happens, it's not real. And, it's, I could probably maybe scare off someone if they're trying to, maybe be inactive. I don't know. Maybe I could keep my firearm in my car, but I also don't want to break the rules of the school because I just got hired. You know what I'm saying? But I even offered to be their martial arts coach. So I was like, you know what? Because I feel like students and teachers, especially female students, are not well trained enough in hand-to-hand combat to defend themselves, especially if something would happen or go down. And I was like, I said I love martial arts so much, I'll teach for free. and I was serious. So, that's a good way for me to open up to myself, to the community, get to know people. And I think about this. Me working there will be another good way for me to meet the married couples and become friends with them, so my wife and I can like branch out and make more friends. You know what I'm saying?
Like a cooking class, maybe like a special chef.
Maybe I'll ask.
Yeah. So what kind of school is this? Is this like a high school, a college preparatory academy, or?
Yeah, so it's K-12 to senior. It's like if we're being honest, it is a very high pretentious, very like.
So it's kind of like my military academy.
Yeah, it's very like up there. Like, it's basically a college campus. It's massive.
So it's like a junior college campus then?
In a way, yeah. It's I'd have to do more research on.
Okay, because the military academy was about the same thing. It was a college preparatory academy.
Yeah, definitely.
From not K-12. Wait, if I'm correct, right? No.
Yeah, K-12, like a little old,
Yeah.
so that's why. So there's 3 schools built into like K-12.
Oh yeah, no.
There's like
the
middle
military
school,
academy was just
then
middle school and high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the idea. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's boarding school.
You know what? I don't know. That's a good question. Because there is a lot of parking lot spots, but also at the same time, not really. The main parking spots are like on the side, in the back where the big part of the gym is.
Mm-hmm.
The main parking lot, like where like I think all the students park around entrance 6, and then just like all the ones lined up in the front. So in reality, like it seems like a lot of parking spots because it is a massive campus. Do not get me wrong,
Right.
but when all the spaces are taken up, you're like, is there really that many? Especially when the whole front's taken up in front of Olson Hall.
Remind me back on the part with the whole firearm thing that you're mentioning, keeping it in a glove box on the campus. When you said in your car, did you mean like your personal car or
My personal
security
car. I would not. No.
So when you say that, like they had mobile patrol units, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, it's actually like this cool like little white shuttle thing. It's like it's futuristic. It's kind of cool. It's like it might be electronic or electric. It's really sweet. Oh yeah, like when I first met Tim, the supervisor, like the head security guy, he rolled up in it. And it was like it's like a single one, right, and like a little seat. It's like a little shuttle thing. It's got like things got like the big front wheel and then like the 2 in the back, and it's got like the slick like glass thing, and on the front it says security in white, and then these 2 blinking yellow lights on top like that, like with the bar on top, and it's really cool. Like it looks like a little like the Jetsons kind of like shuttle. Like when he rolled up, I was like, I was like, okay, that's cool, all right.
So it's got. So when you say flashing lights, like a full light bar, or just like
just 2 white lights, but just 2 strobes, but it's like white in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a white bar. To like it looks like it's painted to like match the white part of like the part that like goes back like this on the top, and then there's just like 2 yellow but still, I mean, at nighttime that'll let's say I'm doing like let's say that there's a game going on or something, and they want me to maybe do parking lot patrol while there's another officer like walking around, or maybe Tim, or like vice versa. That'll come in handy in like in the parking lot and stuff, obviously. So
what's the authority like? What's the authority like over there? Like is it strictly observe the court? Can you take discretions, judgments?
I have full detainment under my discretion, but it does have to be with the guidelines of what the school wants, and I can't leave. The thing is that when it comes to that school, like they're more passive. Like when they say we're more of a presence, we really are more of a presence, And because it's so peaceful, they're like, let's be honest, nothing happens. Yeah. The only thing they said I'd have to deal with is, alumni who think they're all that and they're better than everyone else just because they went to school there. Right. People who, don't respect the dog leash law, and then I might have to tell them that, but I shouldn't be rude about it, obviously. Make myself look good. And, you know, maybe every now and then I guess a sketchy person, because like apparently people walk to the campus is like not open on the inside, but like on the outside, you know, like a lot of high schools like they'll have their campuses open on the inside for people to like work out or just walk through whatever. Like example, my old high school, they keep the track open. And at like nighttime, daytime, and you'd be surprised at how many times I've seen people like running on the track when school hours are over, and I'm like, oh,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that, you know. But otherwise, no, like nothing. Seriously, like there's never been, you know, any, you know, bang bangs there. There's
It's
never,
kind of like Pleasant Frontenac in a way.
yeah, there's never been anything bad that happens there. They said, but they did say I might deal with kids who might be going through parents who are going through marital issues like divorce,
Oh, I see.
or you know what I'm saying, and, you know, things like that. So then that's up to me to like guide them to the right counselor. You know what I'm saying? But I did say, to me, when it comes to security, I believe in being more a community helper. Helping the community helps means more to me than making a detainment. It does. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell they really like hearing me say that. I think that's what helped me get the job, honestly. Because like they're like, okay, here's a guy who's not a jarhead. He's not looking for a fight. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. He actually wants to help people. Like, here's the thing: is that like, yeah, yes, it is pretty much as if we're a porno watchman. But guess what? This is a career. I can literally do this until retirement.
Right.
And I'm happy with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It'll be better for my family. I said more time for them. Anyway, point of what I'm saying is that like it took me a while to get here. I mean, still did my marketing stuff, whatever, you know, like, and you know, whenever I do launch my charity business, my investor work, and obviously do that. But you know, it feels good knowing that finally there's something that like people like see my value in. You know what I'm saying? They're like here's a guy who's a security officer who's a caring person who actually wants to take care of kids and protect us and protect everyone else. Let's make him part of our, like, it feels good to say, like, let's make him part of our staff. Let's make him part of our security, like, directly for the school with all these benefits with the, you know, anyway, I'm not trying to brag, I'm just being honest. And, you know, I did take a lot of hard work. It did, you know, and, you know, I'm starting at, you know, if I'm being honest, like, okay, they say financially when it comes to business, you shouldn't say how much you make or wage or like whatever, because they say that's unprofessional because it can make somebody angry or upset or jealous. But if I'm being honest, so they do start at 14, and then with my qualifications, they said, well, how much would you like to make? And I said, if you can make me, you know, if you can bump me up to 16, great. If not, because of benefits, because, you know, the benefits cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm like, I totally get it. You start in here at 16.30 an hour.
And then shift roll day shift. Isn't there usually like a shift differential too?
Huh?
Isn't there usually like a shift differential pay too?
I would say so, because the things that, so it sounds like it's gonna be me and someone else. So there's this other guy there named, I think his name is Justin, but like I said, I think he's moving to a different department, or he's like moving away from security up to something else. So it'll mainly be like me, Tim, and I'm gonna guess him or whoever else. Like, I don't know anyone else on the team but Tim. I haven't yet met Justin, but he seems like a really cool guy from my understanding. So, so basically, I'm there every day, 7 a.m. to 3:30. So there'll probably be somebody there with me, but I'm not sure. Excuse me. Obviously, Tim's gonna be there, but like I said, Garda World does watch over the weekends, but sometimes they might have me go over the weekends for like holidays or like, where they say Ramadan or prom or something, obviously. But you know, I can't wait for the dances, because like I said, like, I'll be in the security office in the middle of the dance floor dancing with everyone else, you know, because that's what I said to him, like, I want to be that guy where they can feel safe, but then come up to me if they want to talk to me about any problems or issues. But I also know that if when it gets serious, I can be Mr. Serious, you know, like, I don't want them to be afraid of me, like, I want them to know that I want them to feel the friendly presence of, he's a good guy, or like, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you're a security officer, you just know, you know the bad rep that we get, man.
Yeah.
You know, like, well, because of the bad rep that we get a lot of flack from even, well, no offense, I'm not going to say who, out of respect and, you know, professionalism, but the people you work for, they give you flack all the time.
They do.
And like, back, you know.
Even those in the same field that I run into in different agencies, different departments, have a bad flack too.
Yeah.
For security.
Yeah.
And you should see how it's been approachable, which is crazy, but I'm not going to get into deep detail about it. So anyways, enough with all of that. Tell me, Any stories with deer boots?
Really, no. Honestly, it's good. I've had a good last, couple days.
Because I know every time we always chat or do a podcast.
Something crazy usually.
Yeah, there's usually a crazy story.
No, and surprising is that last time I was even at the Brandon store, nothing happened. Yeah, really. And I was doing the and I was doing the 3 to 11. Whatchamacallit? You're good. I was doing the 3 to 11 vehicle patrol shift. Yeah. See, like I said, I'm so glad I have the new schedule coming up. Yeah, October 14th is my last day with them, and I'm starting October 17th.
So that's 10 days from now.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So I've got a little time to go sit up for my fingerprint appointment, but obviously I'm going to get done, I mean, duh.
I don't think you did. When you say fingerprinting and background, you're talking about the school, not the security licensing. The security licensing, you shouldn't have to go through that. I mean, you should just be able to go there, pay.
Yeah, it's for the. You're right. It's for the school. It's to the school. Yep, that's right. Yeah. It's through the school for government and things like that. They all laid it down. I mean, they said a lot of different things. I tried my best to pay attention, but I was just more like my heart. So no, but man, I'm excited because it's just good discounts if my kid goes there, stuff like that too. Oh yeah. It's just, yeah, man, it's been crazy, just thinking about my life, where it's been to where it is now, I mean, everyone's still struggling, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I weren't struggling, I wouldn't be trying to run my marketing business, I wouldn't be trying to do this, on top of doing security, and but now with these benefits, my life is going to get just so much better, and it'll be nice to have that balance of, not being so stressed out, not worrying about this person's doing this, this is going on, or feeling like a peacock with the you know what I'm saying? but what I'm getting at, especially when it comes to retail.
See, that's the one thing about being in an environment like that is having a good set schedule or set hours, I should say.
Yeah.
The days will probably rotate, which I highly doubt it with it being in school because there's obviously the Saturday and Sunday weekends.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to be there on Saturday and Sunday. Unless, like you said, there's a game or event of some sort. But, anyways, yeah, having set hours for sure is the best part about being in that environment is having those set hours. You don't have to worry about hour changes, you don't have to worry about shift changes or shift differentials. Or what I mean by shift differentials is like one day you're working, say, 7 to 3. The next day you're working maybe
2:15 to
10 to 6.
2:15 8 to 8.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's always great to have set hours as it is.
I'm not trying to be that guy, but shit. No, yeah.
So like if I was to be in a setting like that, I would either or have a certain set of hours of one shift and that shift only. I would not want to change. I would not want to. Yeah, the days itself would change, but the hours are not going to change. Those hours remain the same. Like I was at Mercy, it's kind of similar like that with set hours I had. We have strict set hours because we were on 12 hours. Everyone's on 2 different teams.
Right.
A night shift team and then a day shift team. Usually each team consists of 8 persons on each team. Since they're on 12-hour shifts, they're on from either 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. or 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, I don't have an issue with that because they're strictly set hours. Your hours will not change. Only the days will rotate, but not the hours. So, like, for example, say I work Tuesday, the next Tuesday I'm going to work, but the following Tuesday I'll work again. And only on those overnight hours, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's one thing about like being about in that environment because my mindset has that routine on it. It's not going to change. It's going to stay like that all the time. That's the one thing I like about being in that kind of environment.
Right.
The benefits were nice too, yeah, and the pay was pretty good too. I mean, that shift differential and the starting pay was pretty. It was not bad for the hours over.
Well, it also sounds like I can move my way up doing this. Like maybe getting more pay, or like maybe who knows? Like maybe if Tim River retires, maybe I could become a supervisor and start making more money. But like I'm saying, I was like
becoming the director of security.
Maybe that. And, but like I said, either way, it's fine. But so but I will still be with let's see, whatever you want to call them. But they'll be more like on call, I guess you could say, like if they're super short staffed, if they really need me for a weekend, but like I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm trying to avoid doing them as much as I can because all the stuff I told you, the call offs of people, drinking on the job, destroying our offices, sleeping on the job. So yeah, sleeping on the job, calling off, me having to work constantly in 12-hour shifts, having to switch here and there or whatever when people won't show up, like in the middle of my shift. It's getting, And like you said, my mixed up shifts, like I've gotten used to it. I mean, shoot, I've been doing this for a year and 9 months now, but at the same time, it's also like, well, like, I don't think my sleep schedule is messed up that bad, but sometimes it really is because of that.
Yeah.
It's going to be so nice to be on an actual, like, it might take, like, here's the thing, like, when it comes to sleep schedules, I don't know about you, it takes my body about 2 weeks to get used to it. But I guarantee, though, after 2 weeks of, you used to getting up at 6 a.m. or whatever and going to bed early by, like, exactly, like, 10, maybe 12, no later than 12, I have to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Bet you after 2 weeks it'll be like that. First 2 weeks are gonna not be fun at all.
Yeah, like for me, it took me just maybe 2 or 3 days to get into the habit because obviously I got prior experience.
Yeah, you got a freak. You're a freak of nature. I'm not. You can literally fall asleep like. Like you don't need a hypnotist. Like literally, you'd even fall asleep before the hypnotist could even start his his voodoo or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, you'd be out already, and it'll be like, he just does that. Like, I don't know how you'd be like, oh, I'm so good with so good with what I do. It's like, no, he just out.
I leave work, and then the moment I walk into the door, next thing you know, it's only 1 second, I'm already on the couch, like.
I've seen you do that, like.
And then my wife will come in at like 2 o'clock in the morning, like, seriously?
Yeah, no, dude, I remember one time, that last time you came over with me to my acting singing coach's place. I was singing loud music, and you were sitting right behind me, and you were out. You were out there, you were out. I was like,
I don't know how it happens, actually. It's just within my the Sandman or something.
I guess so. And you were slumped, dude. Like, I look back, you had your black jacket on with like the collar, so your collar was up like this, and you were just like, you were gone. You were just.
I mean, heck, you should see me up here freaking like 2 o'clock in the afternoon after finishing up back there. I couldn't out here. I started eating my lunch, and then next thing you know is.
Yep. Gosh. Do you have what do you have? What's it called? Narcolepsy?
I don't know.
I hope not. Well, if you're narcolepsy, be worried about you driving. At least you don't fall asleep while you drive. Thank God.
Yeah,
don't you dare ever say
or
your case closed.
especially when I'm flying.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Brandon, well, yeah.
Because actually, when you're a couple thousand feet up in the sky, at least I'm gonna say it's about probably past 10 to 10,000 feet. Yeah, usually about 10,000 feet past up. Yeah, it's usually past 10,000 feet mean sea level. Because alright, here's how it works. There's 2 forms of feet of altitude in aviation. There's above ground level and there's mean sea level. What it means is that say like you're 2,000-3,000 feet up in the air, mean sea level, but it means you're about a little below ground level. So you're a little lower than what you probably think you are. So generally, if you're about maybe 10,000 feet up above ground level, depending on how thin the air gets, it'll knock you out.
Yeah, like that happened like in movies when someone's like falling and then they're like.
Because each aircraft is actually equipped with what's called a cabin depressurization control module. And basically you flip on that control switch and the cabin will depressurize so that the oxygen can flow around through the cabin. That's how you get a lot of good air. That's how it gets you knocked out too.
Jeez, man. That's the thing is that like I've always been afraid of roller coasters. I've done it before, still hate them. But I can fly on a plane, no issue. Is that weird? That's weird, right? I'm not afraid of planes, but roller coasters, no.
Yeah. Because roller coasters can be catastrophic,
Yeah.
depending on what the cause is.
Right. And the thing is that even if you break a leg, or even if you get seriously hurt, or maybe you lose a limb or something,
Yeah.
I would much rather crash into an ocean if I were in an airplane than anything. Clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, and like an ocean landing is not going to be smooth, but it's better than concrete. It's better than hard ground. Heck, it's even better than, well, no. Actually, second best would probably be a desert, sand. Yeah, sand's going to hurt. You're going to hit, but it's not going to be like you're crashing into a mountainside.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, whoa.
Generally, there's a few ways on how to survive a plane crash. And generally, 9 times out of 10, they're based on pilot controls too.
Yeah.
They're based on controlled ditchings. So basically, 9 times out of 10, most crashes are not even caused by aircraft. They're caused by pilots themselves.
Yeah. I guess what happens is do they just like accidentally let go of the handles too fast, and like they don't have enough time to like bring it back up, or like,
Well, it's not that. It's just that their mindset is in a whole different dimension when that flight deck, when there's 10 different alarms going on in that flight deck, yeah, your mind's gonna be in a different dimension. You're gonna be freaking out. You're gonna be like, what do I do? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna crash. Generally, 9 times out of 10, no, there's actually an emergency checklist that pilots are supposed to go through. And 9 times out of 10, those are all false alarms too.
wow.
Yeah, that's why we were supposed to go through emergency check practice before we were taking any action.
Yeah. You know, well, that's like security. You know, like, you've got to make sure that there's enough probable cause before you take an action or anything, unless you know the action happens right in front of you. But I mean, that's kind of common knowledge. Like, even not in security, like, you know, okay, you're not gonna just whip out your, you know, because some dude just like puts his hands up and fight you.
Yeah.
Anything you might be like, okay, you know, but you don't, you know, I mean, like, you have, so, interesting. So, I don't know why they made me think of security, but if you think about like warnings, you can like do this, proceed to do this, and then this if this happens. So it's kind of like, you know, there's just the step-by-step policies of like how you can save yourself and others around you. So it's kind of like security steps in a way. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you get the? I mean, like, it's totally different, obviously, but do you get like the connection I'm trying to make there? Like, you know, procedures to like make sure everyone gets home safe. You know what I mean? I don't know, I'm just talking. But I mean, when do I not talk, right? No, I'm just kidding. Kobe, you talk too much. I know. Watching good TV shows like The Rookie with my wife. Nathan Fillion is a cop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right, you know, the TV show, The Rookie is actually another good way to learn some more knowledge and security.
I actually do feel like they actually do like real police like calls and things like that. Like they say like, you know, like the terminologies they do and stuff. I'm like, that sounds like legit. Yeah.
Because I heard some of the actors, they actually, I guess they went through what's kind of like a police academy training, but not the actual police academy training, but something like that for a TV show. I guess to like get ready for it. And really, I don't know, I heard something about that they did some kind of formal police training.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of like police academy training for actors.
Yeah.
You know, but not the movie. No, but you know what I'm saying. No, oh god, definitely not the movie. No, but I like Nathan Fillion. He's a really good actor.
Yeah.
And then the girl who becomes a Fed, Niecy Nash or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
that sassy black girl or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Rookie Feds. Watch that. That's
Yeah,
a
I
really
saw
good show
that
too.
too.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's actually based off The Rookie.
Yeah.
But she's supposed to be basically like a federal version
Agent
of John Mullen or whatever.
Pretty much, yeah. Now she uses her wit and her just all around knowledge about life to solve things. And John uses his like all around, you know, well his, you know, police, you know, knowledge and like his all around, well, his wit. And
they basically try to refrain from using any kind of force or threat of force of some sort.
And he's funny and quippy and silly, and so is she, you know. Except she's more like in your face funny and like, hey girl, and then
they'll both walk their ways into like certain situations or try to both somehow get their ways when they want something done or whatever, like with their superiors or their commanders.
Oh yeah. No, you know, and that's the thing. So like, there's a lot of good shows out there, but it's been a while since I've seen a show I'm like really into, and I'm really into that show. Big Sky is a great show. You need. I don't know if you've ever seen it. you're going to be really behind. But when you get the chance, well, after episode 1 of Big Sky, you're going to be hooked. I'm telling you. Amazing show. Recently it has, I want to say his name right, Jensen Ackles, who played Dean on Supernatural. Do you know what I'm talking about?
His name sounds familiar.
He played Dean. He's had a lot of other different TV roles. He was recently a superhero on that TV show called The Boys or whatever. I don't watch the show. Anyway, a really good actor, funny guy, and I really like his role in the show anyway. But Big Sky is, man, it's like, the show takes so many different turns of like, this is happening, this is happening, but it's not like confusing, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know. Oh, and also in the newer ones, believe it or not, Reba, the country music star, Reba, I can't, what's her last name?
Reba, start with an N.
I'll look it up later. McIntyre, right? Brandon McIntyre? I think it's McIntyre. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, she's in the show, and she's evil. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but she's cool.
Have you seen the show The Manifest? The Manifest? Well, that is the most creepiest show ever.
Yeah.
It's really awesome too. Okay, so The Manifest is aviation, based on aviation. A group of I don't want to say tourists, but okay, so a commercial flight from Jamaica. I think it was Jamaica. I can't remember which one was from Jamaica to New York. In their flight was flying through a major thunderstorm out of nowhere. They disappeared, or they were presumably crashed, or whatever, something like that. To the real world, they presumably disappeared or crashed. But in flight, some passengers flew through a thunderstorm, and then 5 minutes later, they came out of the thunderstorm, contacted tower approach for landing. But in reality, it was 5 years later for them.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so that is really eerie and creepy. And
so
then,
it's like they went through
it's like a
what do they call? Yeah.
Something like that.
Like a time cloud or something, right?
Yeah.
Like they went through a cloud, and oh man.
But to the passengers and pilots, it was just like, it was almost normal turbulence.
Right.
Turbulence. But to the real world, it was a
Catastrophic.
Yeah, catastrophic.
Yeah.
Major disaster.
Wow.
Or they were presumably okay. Have you heard of Malaysian Airlines Flight 370? Probably not.
No.
That's a passenger jet from Beijing Airport. No. What's that Malaysian? Beijing or something like that. And they disappeared in flight.
Wow.
To this day on, from that day,
They don't know
they
where.
have not found them. Not the crash site, not the wreckage, nothing. So that's really eerie. Super eerie. That's exactly the same thing that happened in the show. And then in the second episode, as the federals were pulling the aircraft out to investigate it, the NTSB, all the passengers and the crew gathered up like around the fencing area to take a look at the aircraft. Like, how did that happen? How did we disappear in 5 years or whatever, right?
Wow.
And then without any hesitation of anything, the aircraft just blew up, exploded.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You know, like it's kind of like this still like.
While it was on the ground too.
You know, what's crazy is how there's so many mysteries out there. Like example, speaking of planes and things, I'm surprised that they still have not figured out how Amelia Earhart disappeared.
Yeah.
Where did she go?
Wait, which one?
Amelia Earhart.
Amelia
Yeah,
Earhart.
where did she go?
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry, but no,
That's the
seriously.
same thing.
Where did she go?
That's the
Like,
exact same thing that happened with this flight too.
Yeah.
Version 370.
yeah, it's like.
Where did they go? The last known location was above on the oceans, and I read online too. It was above on the oceans. They did deep sea search through all the entire oceans with no evidence
So do you believe in like? I think we've talked about this before. Ghosts, entities, Bigfoot, things like that. Because let me tell you one thing. There's definitely stuff out there. I mean, no doubt. But it's like, man, how much of it's real, how much of it's not. Alright, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
You know, one thing I've always wondered is, so in the solar system, the sun is the center of the solar system. Or supposedly the center of the solar system, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've always wondered, and I've heard from other people too, or I've been asked by other people, like, could you imagine if there's anything on the other side of the sun? Like, what would be on the other side of the sun? Like, what would you think? Do you feel like there's another universe on the other side, or what would you think? Would you buy that, believe that?
You mean like behind it? Is there anything beyond just space behind it?
Right.
Like,
So,
is there
you know,
anything that's like maybe living behind it or like on it maybe? Or
So like, there's the sun and there's our planets, right?
yeah.
Would you believe that there's like maybe another set of planets or a universe or less of that solar on the other side?
Okay, now we're getting into some real cosmic speak. I'm not Neil deGrasse Tyson or whatever. No, but that's when they say, supposedly, there's multiple universes. There's like millions out there.
Right.
That more than we think. So that's why they say there's a possibility that aliens are real and there really is extraterrestrial life, which is kind of terrifying to think about.
Yeah.
But kind of in a weird way cool. But it's like, what can they do to us? no, but seriously though, possibly. Here's the thing, I'm not a scientist. I think I'm a pretty smart guy sometimes. I know a lot of things about different things, but that stuff when it comes to science and whatnot, I know some pretty profound things about science, but that I like to leave it open to more theories because I'm not going to sit here and pretend to say that I know because I don't. But I will say I believe there's a possibility because, dude, like, think about how weird animals are. Think about insects. Think about how freaky those are. And think about the fact that like insects can like mutate together and like make a new species or just and stuff like that's what I'm getting at. It's like, okay, like if things can create new things, then like
There's definitely some other things out there.
yeah, or like maybe there are more planets. You know what I'm saying? Like they say there's more than like planets beyond Jupiter, Sun. Like so maybe beyond there could be. I don't know. But here's another crazy thing to think about. So you said that the sun is basically at the center, right? Well, think about this. And the crazy thing about that inside the center of the Earth, it's a burning molten core, kind of like a sun. That's weird, right?
Yeah.
I've always thought that I'm like sun inside the Earth, sun outside the Earth.
Yeah.
Kind of weird how that.
It is.
You know, like think about that. Like it's like You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know if that means anything or not. Maybe I'm just speaking out my, my Buddha there. But what I'm saying is that it could mean something.
Yeah.
I need to speak to a scientist who really knows their stuff. Or, like, we could maybe one day, next time we do the Zoom, we could, like, get my laptop and look it up together. Because, I mean, I think that's, I like to come up with theories, like I said, like, I think that's a pretty interesting one. It's like,
I like looking that stuff up. It's fun.
well, it's like why? I don't think that's a bad theory. Why do we have a burning, hot, like sunlit core, and why is there also literally a burning star of the sun on the outside of us as well? Like, and I mean, obviously they say there are all those planets are lined up to the sun, but it's like how much is that related? Like, and like why is there like the sun makes sense, and look through science and class and learning about Earth and things like that and geography, or is that geology? I don't know.
I think that's geography.
Yeah, things of that nature. I do remember they explained it like 1,000 times, but I was always like, why is there a burning core in our equator or whatever you want to call it? Like, what's up with that? Like, I get it, but I'm also like, the sun makes sense, but why? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because obviously there's always that theory of people being afraid of that thing exploding or getting out and like literally destroying the Earth.
Right.
And we'd all be, I mean, no, thank you. No, but think about how different our worlds are too. America's different than China. You go to Antarctica, there will never be sand there. You go to a sand desert, there will never be snow. You know, you go to California, and there's always sunny there. Barely ever rains. Like my brother says, he can't. The only time he ever sees snow is when he comes to St. Louis.
Yeah.
So it's just like how different climates are.
We see
Different.
snow in Alaska.
Oh yeah, Alaska, right? But what I'm saying is that, like, you know, different things, different cultures, different people, different areas that we see. Yeah, it is very interesting. So to think that there's other things out there beyond our understanding, I'm going to, in my opinion, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. There is a possibility that there are planets beyond the sun. I'm going to say, because, you know, I believe in ghosts and entities and things like that. I'm going to believe that maybe there's a Bigfoot out there. Maybe there are Loch Ness monsters or like giant things out there that we can't see anymore. Possibly, gosh forbid we find one. If we go deep enough, there might be a megalodon.
I was just about to say.
I hope not, because then we'd really be resurfacing real life Jaws back to the ocean. You know what I'm saying? And well, they say, also, you know, they say that like he died out because he didn't have enough food to feed off of. Now there's massive sperm whales and actual like whales. Like I'm pretty sure if a megalodon came back, it wouldn't really have that issues of like, you know, staying alive now. You know what I mean? Like, because well, back then, think about it, megalodons were massive, you know, and like so they were like the biggest predator.
Bigger than mosasaurs.
Yeah, the biggest predator then.
Yeah.
Now think about how much bigger other things have taken over since sharks have gotten smaller. Now imagine if a megalodon came back. It would have plenty of massive food to eat. That would be, I mean, I might be wrong, but I don't think one megalodon would take out the whole ocean, but it would definitely do a massive dent, I would say, in my opinion. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know these things. What I'm just saying, I'm just speaking to speak. This is not for fact, you know, I'm not trying to say, oh, well, I know everything. I'm wait, what do you call a person who studies fish? That's not a bug. What is that?
Marine biology?
Yeah, biologist, marine, I'm not,
So what if, what if we brought dinosaurs back?
No, let's not. Let's not. Because here's the thing, and I've had this discussion with people. You're gonna like this. Think about how crazy this is. You can have a rock hard body. You can know how to take someone's life with your bare hands 1,000 different ways. You can be a master in all kinds of martial arts, MMA, whatever, all of it together. You can be a master of weapons, tactical, guns, all that stuff. But you go up against think about it. But you go up against a mountain lion, a tiger, if you don't have anything on you like to actually stab it back, to maybe have a projectile, that doesn't mean a thing. You could be Thor himself. Well, not actually, obviously you'd be able to without an issue with Mjolnir or whatever, or like what's the axe anyway. But what I'm saying is that you could be built like Thor. What I'm saying is you could be as tough as Thor. But if you run into a mountain lion, you better. That's what I'm saying. So if you think that hold on, no. If you think that bringing back dinosaurs is a good idea, you are insane, sir. Here's the thing, I know there's movies, but for the love of God, Jurassic Park, all 7 or 10 of these movies that they've had out is a good reason to show, let's not do that.
Even though we all have it. No.
Even though that we're very curious, it would be cool, but it's like, no. Here's the thing, this is going to sound really wrong for me to say, maybe, have it to where the dinosaurs can grow up little enough to be babies and walk around and be all cute. And then, if once they get old enough to like start getting that killer instinct,
Kill them off.
Peacefully, not like, not just I'm sorry, that was too old. That was too much. No. You get what I'm saying. But not peacefully, euthanize them or something, So, but I don't know, but then again, that might also break a couple kids' hearts who later on find out what happened to them, and I know. The point I'm saying, it's just, I just feel like what's up, man? If we're opening a whole can of worms, then we really don't want. No,
we don't need another Jurassic World.
We really do not. No. Just imagine you're driving down the street. The next thing you know, you got a Velociraptor chasing you, and you're like, "Oh my!" Yeah, no, thank you, because that engine would intimidate me.
You're flying an airplane, right?
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl comes flying next to you.
You look at the window. What? Looks over at you with that big eye, and it goes. And you're like, oh my god.
Do you believe there's maybe excuse me? Do you believe in extraterrestrial life on the moon?
Alien rocks. Maybe alien rocks. Yeah. It's one of our inside jokes. So maybe because I mean I don't know. We found footprints. I don't know. We found weird stuff. I think we found plants, haven't we? Yeah, like little green plants. I don't know. That's the life on Mars or whatever, or on Mars, on the moon. We found plants on Mars, I think. You know, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I have to look that up. But yeah, no, I don't know. Possible. I mean, you see all those conspiracy theories and videos and things like that, TV shows about UFOs and actually catching them on camera and things like that, and how fast they are and all that, and it's like. If that is true, right, then how come we haven't seen them in space? How come we really haven't seen them, on a planet? That's the thing. And maybe it's because they are very good at hiding among the stars. Because, besides the stars, if you think about it, take all the stars away in space, can you imagine how dark? Well, yeah. It'd be hard to see those things, you know what I'm saying? Unless there's a massive mothership, but still. Point of what I'm saying is that, it is crazy though how if some of those videos are true and if it is real, then it's crazy to think how close they get to the Earth for us to see them. It's like whoa, it's like why are you exposing yourself, but then how come when we go up there you're gone? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And if that's the case, if they are real, then that does mean they really are walking around.
I honestly thought they are real because how many times have we been to
What?
How many times have we been to a couple, maybe, I don't know, something like that, but a couple times.
Yeah, but not that many to really see. Yeah.
I mean, as far as, if there's anything out there, I'm sure they will report it to us.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. As then, maybe the conspiracy of the government or NASA,
That's not hiding something.
At Area 51, it's like really, it's like that's why it's so restricted. It's like that's the thing that maybe it's just restricted because maybe they just have top secret stuff about their aircraft and they just don't want you to steal it. I don't know. Maybe it's so other foreign, not trying to be the R word, but maybe so other foreign countries that we are having issues with, they can't get a hold of our codes or can't get a hold of our plane code. Well, I mean, you know about that, military stuff or whatever. So if I'm correct in Area 51, there's a lot of military stuff there, right? Or there's a lot of well, that's not what they do, shuttle launches or anything, into space. But I'm going to guess that they're involved with NASA or they're involved with shuttle stuff, storage. I don't know. I guess that's the reason it's so restricted is because they just don't want anyone terrorists getting in there. You know what I'm saying? That's the theory. But you can see why I'd have that theory, right? I don't know if it's an alien thing. And I literally think it's we're trying to keep out who might be dangerous.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I've always been curious about that too. But I've never heard or seen any actual evidence of it having anything to do with ET. I can't even say the thing right now, the actual word.
Extraterrestrial.
Extraterrestrial life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's scary, man. Like, the things that like, you think about monsters and just like things like that, like werewolves and vampires, and freaky things like the rake or like, you know, just like those, you know, that website creepypasta. You think like those fake, like made up like monsters, but like what if they were real? You know, it's just one of those things that very like, man, like if I ever, like, you know, not even like, let's say I ran into a demon. I'd rather run into a demon, like see a spirit, to run into an actual like physical monster. To know, like I said, I know, you know, but no, like, dude, what do you think? Well, okay, in your opinion, what do you think would be the scariest monster to run into for you? Like, if you were to face it, like, hey, like, let's say you just turned the corner and I was just like looking at you like this, and I was like, I'm like scared, like a monster that you hate or one that you feared your whole life ever since a kid. You were a kid, and it just popped right in front of you, and you were about to all over yourself. What would that be?
I mean, I know I'm gonna sound crazy to say this, but I never feared a monster.
Really?
I've actually been a fan that way for a long time.
Right, I know. For me, that's a good question. Because the thing is that, like, because I know I mean, I know I'm a big guy, but I know I'm athletic, I know I can run fast, and if I had to, I know I can fight. I'm not going to sound like, but they had like a knife or something, of course, you know, but an actual monster, I don't know, like,
Okay, honestly, if it was any monster, I'm gonna run away, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Any monster.
Yeah.
Now, if we're talking like classic monsters from classic horror films, like freaking Pennywise or freaking Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger, Chainsaw. Come on, no, I'm not gonna run away from those things. But if we're talking like
a demon, like something that can actually like do things to you, like without even touching you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm out. I'm like, see ya, you know. Michael Myers, he'd be tough to kill because he's pretty much invincible. I don't know if he'll say fight him with a shotgun. And the other things maybe, and with Pennywise, you just don't have to fear him. You basically have to get in his face and yell right back at him.
You just tell him to go F off.
Yeah, you have to yell back at him, and that'll make him like, oh man, and like literally, like, this might sound crazy, but I feel like the more aggressive you're back with him instead of running away, the more he's like, this guy, I can't do a thing to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because his strength is actually your
Fear.
weakness.
Yeah.
Your fear, that's his strength.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ghostface, come on, I can easily find him off.
Yeah. Freddy Krueger, in reality, like, he's not very strong, it doesn't look like. I might be wrong. I mean, he only has those claws, and he can go from dream to dream, you know, like.
He can also play with your mind, so he can control you from your mind.
Yeah,
too,
that too,
But
I don't know what I'd fight him with. I'd probably just like try to set him in a fight. Well, that's how it goes.
I feel like I feel like he can't control those that
are awake or
I don't know, but those that are, I guess I like, what's that called? Like stronger. I can't think of the word. Like Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, for example. Like, I feel like those are kind of guys that he can control, will have total control of him.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have their own, what's that word called? I can't think of the word. Yeah, I feel like you can't control those guys.
Yeah, no. I would say, so there's a lot of things that you said no. A monster, it would obviously be scary to run into a werewolf. Good lord, no. A vampire would be absolutely terrifying. Zombie, I don't know whether they'd be scared, but I feel like they'd be slow. Like if anything, I would actually fight a zombie. Like, I don't think I would like necessarily punch it, but I've always thought like I know how to kick really well, so to keep my distance and then knock him down. When you think about it,
That's the thing too.
You can literally kick a zombie in the chest, knock it over, and keep running. Like it's a zombie.
And that's the thing too. With all these classic horror villains, you know how we know how to defeat them. We know the weaknesses. The spiritual, the religious realm.
Yeah.
We know.
Actually, unless it's one of those crazy berserker zombies that has that massive strength, it's just so crazy. You can do martial arts on it, but with those, you're probably going to get ball bad, or definitely like a sword or something if you don't have a gun. But at least all I'm saying is that when it comes to certain things, like knowing that I know martial arts, know what that do, it is nice knowing I have a fighting chance if I had to run into a real demon or like an actual monster. But obviously I'd be smart and run away. But if I was in a corner, then I'd just be like, all right, I don't have a choice. Like I had to literally be like, I have to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, good thing I know how to, because otherwise I'll be screwed. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I wouldn't be stupid. But world is scary, man.
The only people that have balls to face demons and spiritual monsters.
Yeah.
Priests.
Oh yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
In fact, if it seems like I'm making fun of it, I'm not. I would much rather be before I'm a priest than being face to face with the demon myself.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's the thing is that I'm correct. Like there are real exorcists, like in church. But you just never see them walking around the church that everybody goes to. I don't know if they're secretive about it, but I think they're pretty secretive. But I mean, they're real. I mean, I don't know how often they're really used. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the thing. But that's for we can talk about religion and everything else different time. I don't want to set anyone because I'm also getting kind of tired. I'm trying to think what else we can talk about before we wrap things up. Talk about security like always. Talk about my job. Talked about interesting cosmic theories. Talk about why Jurassic Park would be a very bad idea. Jurassic World, more like, good lord.
What else?
Talked about monsters. That was fun. Talked about what?
It's about to become monster season.
Yeah, seriously. Trying to think, man. There's so many different things to talk about. I can't think. Well, I guess I could talk about, before we wrap things up, I'm going to take my business in a different direction. Like, not in a bad way, obviously. So I'm going to focus more on mental health, right? So I'm still going to do podcasts. I'm still going to do my martial arts videos and work on all that. But I want to get back to, especially my new schedule, thank God, I'm going to get back to my advice videos. But I'm going to get back to being more focused on being an advice coach again. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like when I was an advice coach and I was giving out my advice videos and just focused more on that, especially marketing myself in that way, along with photography and videography and things like that. I felt like I had a better niche. I felt like I had a better audience and more reviews and things like that. Because I started to realize, and my buddy Freddie made me realize, you're kind of all over the place. So stick to more mental health. And I'm like, you know what? That's a smart idea. So I mean, biggest, like I said, like that, we're still talking whatever, but whenever we talk, I'm gonna maybe veer more towards mental health things of that nature. I mean, I'm not trying to force it on you. I mean, we can talk about whatever, but I just feel like it'd be good to keep that on as the main thing. So if I'm doing I've done that before. I'll do a movie review or a video game review, and then I'll do my review, but then I'll revert back to taking a part of that video game or part of that movie or whatever, or just talking about it in a whole and giving my advice and then giving a life lesson on it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I did the Miles Morales video game review, I talked about how just because Miles is trying to learn doesn't mean you should give up on what you want to go after. He's learning that he's Spider-Man, but he's still going for it. Even though he's learning along the way, just perfecting himself. And even if he's not getting it right, that doesn't he's still. Basically, I was saying don't give up on yourself. So I did a whole video game review, but then turn it into an advice video, and I realized that I kind of like doing things like that. So, like I said, my business, like I said, I'm still gonna do things the same way, it's going to be more towards mental health. And I feel like that's going to really help me branch out more. And, you know, like I said, I like when people watch my videos, and, you know, I've never had anyone come up to me that I don't know or been a friend and say, you know, oh, hey, your video, you meant a lot, it made a difference, but it'll happen one day. And I feel like if I keep doing that, and I feel like if I keep focusing more on mental health, it'll come.
Yeah.
So anyway, so thank you all so much for watching and listening. I love you all so much. If you live in St. Louis, and if you need a marketer or advertiser, or if you need a martial arts coach, please let me know. This has been Coburn C Capshaw / at Mr. Smiles a Lot. Again with Brandon Kacar / at Aviator Aviator Sunglasses. No, Aviation Expert 314. And this has been another Let's Talk Media LLC video podcast. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.